This stop is Williamsburg Bridge Plaza Lane 4. Next stop, Broadway and Marcy Avenue. This stop is Broadway and Marcy Avenue. Next stop, Broadway and Hooper Street. This stop is Broadway and Hooper Street. Next stop, Broadway and Heward Street. Transfer available to the G train. This stop is Broadway and Heward Street. Next stop, Broadway and Lorimer Street. Transfer available to B48. This stop is Broadway and Lorimer Street. Next stop, Broadway and Jerry Street. This stop is Broadway and Jerry Street. Next stop, Broadway and Thornton Street. This stop is Broadway and Thornton Street. Next stop, Broadway and Flushing Avenue. Transfers available to B15, B43, B47 and B57. This stop is Broadway and Flushing Avenue. Next stop, Broadway and Park Avenue. This stop is Broadway and Park Avenue. Next stop, Broadway on Myrtle Avenue. Transfer available to B54. This stop is Broadway on Myrtle Avenue. Next stop, Broadway and Willoughby Avenue. This stop is Broadway and Willoughby Avenue. Next stop, Broadway and Malcolm X Boulevard. Transfer available to Q24. This stop is Broadway and Malcolm X Boulevard. Next stop, Malcolm X Boulevard and DeKalb Avenue. Transfers available to B38 and B38 Limited. This stop is Malcolm X Boulevard and DeKalb Avenue. Next stop, Malcolm X Boulevard and Lafayette Avenue. Transfers available to B38 and B38 Limited. This stop is Malcolm X Boulevard and Lafayette Avenue. Next stop, Malcolm X Boulevard and Green Avenue. This stop is Malcolm X Boulevard and Green Avenue. Next stop, Malcolm X Boulevard and Quincy Street. Transfer available to B52. This stop is Malcolm X Boulevard and Quincy Street. Next stop, Malcolm X Boulevard and Madison Street. This stop is Malcolm X Boulevard and Madison Street. Next stop, Malcolm X Boulevard and Halsey Street. Transfer available to B26. This stop is Malcolm X Boulevard and Halsey Street. Next stop, Malcolm X Boulevard and Decatur Street. This stop is Malcolm X Boulevard and Decatur Street. Next stop, Malcolm X Boulevard and Fulton Street. Transfers available to the A and C trains in B25. This stop is Malcolm X Boulevard and Fulton Street. Next stop, Utica Avenue and Atlantic Avenue. This stop is Utica Avenue and Atlantic Avenue. Next stop, Utica Avenue and Dean Street. Transfers available to B15 and B65. This stop is Utica Avenue and Dean Street. Next stop, Utica Avenue and Prospect Place. This stop is Utica Avenue and Prospect Place. Next stop, Utica Avenue and St. John's Place. Transfer available to B45. This stop is Utica Avenue and St. John's Place. Next stop, Utica Avenue and Eastern Parkway. Transfers available to the 3 and 4 trains, B14 and B17. This stop is Utica Avenue and Eastern Parkway. Next stop, Utica Avenue and Carroll Street. Transfer available to B17. This stop is Utica Avenue and Carroll Street. Next stop, Utica Avenue and Empire Boulevard. Transfers available to B12 and B17. This stop is Utica Avenue and Empire Boulevard. Next stop, Utica Avenue and East New York Avenue. This stop is Utica Avenue and East New York Avenue. Next stop, Utica Avenue and Midwood Street. This stop is Utica Avenue and Midwood Street. Next stop, Utica Avenue and Winthrop Street. This stop is Utica Avenue and Winthrop Street. Next stop, Utica Avenue and Lenox Road. This stop is Utica Avenue and Lenox Road. Next stop, Utica Avenue and Linden Boulevard. This stop is Utica Avenue and Linden Boulevard. Next stop, Utica Avenue and Church Avenue. Transfers available to B35 and B35 Limited. This stop is Utica Avenue and Church Avenue. Next stop, Utica Avenue and Snyder Avenue. This stop is Utica Avenue and Snyder Avenue. Next stop, Utica Avenue and Tilden Avenue. This stop is Utica Avenue and Tilden Avenue. Next stop, Utica Avenue and Beverly Road. This stop is Utica Avenue and Beverly Road. Next stop, Utica Avenue and Clarendon Road. This stop is Utica Avenue and Clarendon Road. Next stop, Utica Avenue and Avenue D. Transfer available to B8. This stop is Utica Avenue and Avenue D. Next stop, Utica Avenue and Foster Avenue. This stop is Utica Avenue and Foster Avenue. Next stop, Utica Avenue and Farragut Road. This stop is Utica Avenue and Farragut Road. Next stop, Utica Avenue and Glenwood Road. Transfer available to B7. This stop is Utica Avenue and Glenwood Road. Next stop, Utica Avenue and Avenue H. Transfers available to B6. B6 Limited. B103 Limited and BM2. This stop is Utica Avenue and Avenue H. Next stop, Utica Avenue and Avenue I. This stop is Utica Avenue and Avenue I. Next stop, Utica Avenue and Avenue J. This stop is Utica Avenue and Avenue J. Next stop, Utica Avenue and Flatlands Avenue. Transfers available to B82, B82 SBS and BM1. This stop is Utica Avenue and Flatlands Avenue. Next stop, Utica Avenue and Avenue L. This stop is Utica Avenue and Avenue L. Next stop, Utica Avenue and Avenue M. This stop is Utica Avenue and Avenue M. Next stop, Utica Avenue and Avenue N. Transfers available to B41 and B41 Limited. This stop is Utica Avenue and Avenue N. Next stop, Utica Avenue and Avenue O. This stop is Utica Avenue and Avenue O. Next stop, Utica Avenue and Fillmore Avenue. Transfer available to B100. This stop is Utica Avenue and Fillmore Avenue. Next stop, Utica Avenue and Flatbush Avenue. Transfers available to B2, B9, Q35, B41 and B41 Limited. This stop is Utica Avenue and Flatbush Avenue. Next stop, Flatbush Avenue and Avenue T. This stop is Flatbush Avenue and Avenue T. Next stop, Kings Plaza. Transfers available to B3 and B47. This is the last stop. This stop is Kings Plaza. This is B46 to Kings Plaza. A fare is required to ride.